Good morning. It's Tuesday morning. We're having a wonderful, wonderful morning. I've had some good coffee. I've talked to some people about the Trump stuff. Welcome into the Catcast. How we doing, guys? I saw some alarming stuff building up, and I'll pull something from Fox News in the morning. But all right, 1978. This is like 45 years ago. I was in probably, second to fourth grade, somewhere in there. And I'm trying to think back, like, what did I do back then? Like, what was it like to be a kid in 1978? Well, first of all, I know one thing's for sure. Whatever my parents talked about, whatever was the nightly news and the politics of the day, it was barely talked about at the table. As a matter of fact, I had to be in at 5 o'clock just for dinner, and I don't know if you guys that are my age remember this, but you couldn't be late for dinner, and a lot of the dinner was focused on the child's day. Like, did you do your homework? What do you have for homework? How was school today? What did you learn in school today? Oh, you were playing over at Bobby's. Did you guys play basketball? What did you guys do outside today? And are you done your homework? Oh, good, you're done your homework. You can go out till dark, but you got to make sure you eat your dinner. Most of the time, my parents talked about their day when they got to the bedroom and they threw their TV on. And I didn't even know much of the hoopla because I had two working parents that were, I would say more white collar than anything. So a lot of the business, it was banking and mortgages and title agency and stuff like that. So I don't know if you remember this, but your parents focused on you and where you were going. And the last thing they worried about in 1978, for the most part, was what were your teachers thinking? What were they doing? How were they teaching? As long as you came home with good marking period grades, or they went in to do the parent teacher conference, everything was good. They got to meet your teachers. They kind of got a feel for them. Probably back then, teachers were, I'm going to say they were liberal, but they had a conservative value too. So, and their one job was if they were history teacher, they were teaching history. If they were English, they were trying to get you to figure out how to read or build a sentence properly with adverbs and adjectives and adjectival phrases, all that past participles. Oh my God, I don't even remember what that means. Hey, like, share, and subscribe me if you could. I want to, and please hit the bell too. Make sure you know I'm doing some stuff here. I wanted to take a look though at what was happening in 1978. And it's just like a little trip through memory lane. I hope you enjoy it, sort of. But one of the things, being a boy, and if you were sort of locked up in the house, some of these were really cool to have. All right. You can see right here the AFX auto racing set. Yes, I've had a few of them. Actually, I had the Rocky. It was the Trans Am with the fire or the eagle wings on it, the front Firebird or whatever. No, that was, I think it was an eagle. But I had that one where the cop, I had the cop chasing the Buford T. Justice. I had the cop car and the black Trans Am. It was amazing. If you look down, air hockey, of course. Yes, we had little air hockeys, and I also had vibrating football. If you remember or even played vibrating football, drop me a comment down below because that was like, I don't know if kids could play it today, but when I played it, I thought that was like 3D animation and it was really cool. And like you would just set them up to do a play and you could adjust their little bases to whether they go left, right, straight. And then you would turn the vibration on and the teams would collide. And, I can't remember if you could do passing, but I think it was mainly rushing the football. But the vibrating football was fantastic, and it pissed the parents off because it was kind of vibraty and it was loud, but they didn't mind as long as we were being good. Especially the air hockey, that was cool. And see for girls, you had the Barbie Superstar stage show. Um, of course, an erector set. I mean, think about it. Erector set, novelty radios. I had a pinball machine. It was cool. It wasn't the greatest pinball machine, but it acted like one. And in the 70s, probably 60s too, even the 50s, but by the 70s, pinball was hot. Pinball and skee ball was hot. I mean, Space Invaders just came out, so that was cool. Of course, the girls got to have play kitchen appliances, sewing machines. I mean, these were definitely gender related. Nothing wrong with it. And I do remember some of the girls, like if you would go play over their house, yeah, you would play cook and kitchen and set the table and all that. It was fine. Boys and girls playing together doing that. But girls, little girls, they like to have a little kitchen because why? They saw mom. They saw mom making a baked apple pie. Maybe they saw dad frizzling up, some hamburgers. You don't know, but these were perfectly good things for children to have, and I hope they still have them today. I have a 16 and a 20-year-old. They're kind of out of that stage, but all these are really cool. All right. Oh my goodness, Merlin. Do you remember Merlin? Merlin was cool. Let's see what else is over here. Oh, look at these. Okay, like this was cool. Girls could have their I don't know if that's Barbie or not. I can't read it. But you could have your vehicle, you can have the ladies. It looks like Charlie's Angels maybe. See, that's fantastic. That's absolutely fantastic. And you had Toys R Us. I mean, man, that was like Christmas year round if you went to Toys R Us. And my son is probably old enough that there was a Toys R Us left that he remembers it. Do you guys remember KB Toys and Hobbies? Or it was just KB Toys, I think. I don't know if you remember that. They're gone, long gone. Uh, but this is just fantastic. It's 1978, man. This is what we were. These are the things we were looking at. I remember Spaceport. We had a thing in our mall. It was called Spaceport, and it looked like the opening of a big spaceship. And you would walk in, and it was a darkly lit arcade, so that way all the machines would light up and attract you to put your quarter in. I mean, it was cool. I had this. My dad got me this. What is this? The Plaid Stallions ran. What is that? Flying Aces, man. It would launch this thing right off there. You could actually set it up, and it would like fly for like 10, 15 feet. It was crazy, man. You could hit the cat with it, but I didn't do that. Let's see. Oh, Simon. I mean, who didn't play Simon? There's Simon right there. Who didn't play that? I remember this guy, the robot, right? I mean, this is 1978, man. There were certain things for kids, certain things for boys, certain things for girls. It was cool. Oh my God, a little I Dream of Jeannie. I remember. I watched that. Galactica. These are all cool things, man. What else did we have? Toys and shows. Oh, this is where I was looking. Furby. I don't know if Furby had just came out. Furby was cool. Oh man, Corgi. Okay, so everybody had Matchbox, right? I was into Corgi. Now that was like I don't know if that was better than Matchbox or not Matchbox, but I felt like I had cars that nobody else had. So for me, Corgi was cool. I thought that was really cool. All right, so we went to there. Now this, I know this is kind of corny, but when you see when I you're not going to believe this, but when I went, one thing is my first job was at the opening of a McDonald's in our north side of the town, and it was brand new. So I was like 14. I think I was 14 or 15, and I did paperboy routes, delivering stacks of newspaper for Free Time magazine. So I did all that kind of stuff. I did like raking up lawns for people, snow removal, go out and shovel snow. I used to get $5 to shovel somebody's snow out. Now, if it was a whole driveway or something, probably get more money, but it was usually average, like to get their walkway and steps done so they can get to their car, maybe like $5. That was pretty good for 1978. If you went out and made $35, you had money for the weekend in just one snow day off from school. And my dad pushed me out the door, thank God, because most dads today don't get their kids to go out and do that. But my dad actually said, "You want to get something? There you go." So let's check out McDonald's from 1978 commercial. This is just trippy.
Who's the McFunniest hamburger clown? Who knows where good food can be found? Hamburger shakes and fries, fillet of fish and apple pies. Ronald McDonald.
This Sunday, we're celebrating McDonald's Kids Day. Kids under 10 can get a free surprise gift and a free box of McDonald's Land cookies.
See
no
that?
purchase necessary. Limit one per child. This Sunday only from 11 a.m. to 8
That's
p.m.
great.
at participating McDonald's. Void where prohibited.
Come on, man. Isn't that cool? You know that's cool. So anyway, 1978, that's where we were at. 78, that's when Star Wars came out. Rocky had been out already, so that was cool. Like, I was just coming of age, 9, 10, 11 years old when Rocky and Star Wars and Jaws were coming out. These were big, big movies for back then. These weren't like, how you doing, sweetheart? No, they weren't those movies. These were big movies. So, anywho, oh my goodness, check him out. Coleco, what was that called? I can't even read that. If you guys know who that is, something genius maybe? I remember this. All right, so 1978, I'm sitting in class. And could you imagine if what was on the news?
When I was down in Miami, people.
Now, the plan requires second graders to learn about gender identity this fall, and that includes instructions for teachers to tell students their gender identity is up to them. New Jersey's Republican Party warning, quote, Democrats lied to parents, belittled and shamed them for wanting a say in their children's education, and now they're about to find out this November what happens when you mess with people's kids.
Listen, hashtag save our children. I use that all the time. Hashtag save our children. There is no way that when you turn your 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-year-old child over to a facility to teach, the 3 R's, 4 R's, whatever, science, whatever, STEM, whatever, there's no way this should be in any discussion at all.
Kaylee, just like what happened in Virginia.
Exactly. Except I would argue what's happening in New Jersey is more egregious than the CRT that was being taught in Virginia.
I'm in New Jersey, southern tip.
And they're both bad. There's bad and worse. But what's happening in New Jersey, I have a 2-year-old. I teach her, your little lady parts. You use like very cute, sweet words to talk about those really personal, intimate body parts. But these second graders are going to go to class in New Jersey, and one of the suggested lessons plans, it's not an official one, but it's just like a model of what you can teach, uses the word V, uses these graphic words we use to describe our body parts.
They're treating children like they don't matter. Like they're going to, it rhymes with broom. They're going to broom them. They're going to sweep them into a pile of just, they don't know what they're thinking, so we're going to fill what they're thinking. Not checking with the parents. And if the parents fight back, you got the FBI DOJ messing with parents. Do you remember that? This is crazy, folks. If they get to it, they're doing so much. Whether it's Ukraine, whether it's Trump getting arrested, all this, whether it's gender identity or equity or race equity, it has to be equality. Equity is a communist term. I'm just telling you right now, while we're watching all this stupid other stuff, they're aiming for the children because the children can't fight back. They're little sponges. And then we as parents have to, when they come home from school, we have to kind of reprogram them. And if you're a parent that's not pissed off or not reprogramming your child, if they're either going to be subjected to this or being subjected to this, there's something wrong with you upstairs. We need to turn our children into good employees, entrepreneurs, scientists, first responders. This is nuts, man. This is nuts.
And takes away the innocence of a child, the right of a parent to slow walk their child into learning about these very intimate topics that should be between a parent and a child. But look, good luck with this. Mama Bear is real angry.
Mama Bear.
Not the only Mama Bear who's angry. I go across the country. I heard it in Montana last week. I heard it this weekend when I was down in Miami. People are angry.
And they're going to push. Remember, there's an envelope here, so they're going to push. They're going to push, and then what if it's a trap? What if a bunch of internet dads start talking about this, they get canceled? What if internet dads show up and protest? They're going to throw Antifa in there. And then they're going to take pictures and say these guys are bad when we're just sticking up for our children. With what Trump's doing and getting indicted or arrested. They're begging patriots to come out and protest so they can implant their people. I'm telling you, this is real. I'm very passionate about this. This is real.
Look at Virginia. Look at what happened. A fourth of voters, according to our Fox News voter analysis, voted based on CRT, and they broke for Glenn Youngkin to the tune of 78%. So best of luck to the left. Go talk about teaching kids body parts. See you in November.
Yeah, and Kilmeade, so the underpinning here is that the government is trying to take away the authority and control you as a parent have over your child's education or your...
That is so socialist, communist, Marxist. It's all the above. They're our children. They're not the government's children. And we own the government. We vote them in. They work for us. They work for us.
Your child's life, right? And the theme is that parents are pushing back. We saw it in Virginia, we saw it in Florida, now we're seeing it in New Jersey. When are Democrats going to get the message?
I'm not sure. I will say this, over the weekend, you know, when the Sunday shows, they have all those panel discussions, they say, believe it or not, and I'm always surprised that they're surprised. Most people in Florida don't like the bill and don't call it the Don't Say Gay bill. We know why? Because it doesn't say that in the bill.
Yeah.
I have never seen someone so blatantly dishonest as people who lay that the Don't Say Gay bill. It's not even in the bill. Read the bill. And Ron DeSantis, once again, he looked like a guy that said, you just keep giving me victories? Are you kidding me? Read the bill and then come back to me. Now, little by little, as the critics start waning, in come 9 other states to follow in his wake. And then New Jersey comes out and says, oh, yeah, for second graders, name 4 intimate body, doesn't use words intimate body parts, but it's intimate parts of your body. You have to name 4 if I guess you want to get this quiz right. So New Jersey, tone deaf, thinks that parents, because it's a blue state, want to hear about sexual preferences and sexuality with K through 3rd. That's not even logical.
I don't even
Yeah,
think
that's the thing,
why.
Carly.
That's
So the
brutal.
only
I'm gonna leave the link down there. It makes me sick. It makes me think that like I said, when I was in 1978, there was nothing I wanted to do more than just get out and play. Yeah, did I not like doing my homework? I taught my kids to make sure that if you do your homework, you'll like school a lot better if you know what they're talking about. I used to rely on my brain and photographic memory and cheat here and there, you know, thinking no, that's not the right way to do it. You got to get in there. You got to learn your history. You got to, and the right history, the real history, the bad and the good about it. You got to learn good math, not that math they were just putting out 5-6 years ago. I forget what that was called. Drop that in the comments if you want. But 1978, I was a second grader and life was good. I know the world was all topsy-turvy, whatever. But my life as a child was good. And I'm very fortunate that I did, you know, I had at-home problems, you know, kind of like, you know, I did have some stuff that, you know, with my fathers and stuff like that. I had a stepfather and a natural father. There was some bad times there. But all in all, as me as a whole, as being a second grader, I didn't even have to think of the stuff that New Jersey's about ready to promote. One last little thing that is crushing me about our school system in New Jersey, where my daughter goes to, it's a tech school. And New Jersey, number one, there's a lot of things New Jersey's known for, but we have also cranberries, we have tomatoes, some of the best in the nation, some of the best corn in the nation. The sweet white corn we have is amazing. We have agriculture and soil, and with the ocean, we really have top-notch agriculture. And out of the blue, they're just gonna, now she's second year, so she has 2 more years. And they didn't say, hey, kids that are taking agriculture right now, you're the last class. So whoever's coming in the next year, you can't have agriculture. Can you imagine a tech school taking agriculture out of the curriculum? That's mind-blowing to me. And then you have in New Jersey, second graders having to learn sex parts. This world is upside down, and it's a dark time. But us patriots, and whether you're a patriot or not, if you're just morally into, you know, making sure your children are protected and safe, that you understand that maybe some bad cops are there, but most of the time, if not 98% of the time in this day and age, a cop wants to help you, wants to do the job the right way. Don't look back in history. You can learn history. And today, learn what we can do for tomorrow. And try to dream more about what we can do tomorrow. Look for the future, how race can come together, how gender can be fine. Whatever you want to do, we're good. Just don't politicize it and call people out and cancel them. Whether it's your sexual preference, who cares? You know, love one another. Jump in the pit and try to love one another. And last but not least, with our vets, please take care of them. You can always find Gretchen Smith on Twitter, real quick. If you got a friend, a father, an uncle, a brother, a neighbor that's down, one place to go that's super supportive is Code of Vets, at Code of Vets on Twitter. And especially on YouTube, I'll leave the link for that. I'll leave the link for Brian Kilmeade and the gals here. I love you guys. I'm sorry I had to rant a little bit. I might have threw a curveball in there, but I promise you, as long as you kiss, love, hug a vet, it's going to make you feel better in the long run. And if you take care of our children, it's going to make you feel better in the long run. I will see you on the other side. Peace out.